Hey guys, welcome to MB Cryptocurrency. My name is Nima, and in this video I'm going to end the myth for the candlestick patterns, the cheat sheet, the memorization. There's a myth that you gotta print this, you gotta have it next to yourself when you wanna trade. I'm just gonna simply end it today, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I have never seen a good traders that trade with just simply by the candlesticks. Even on the higher time frame, I've never seen a good traders. Usually when you want to go to the YouTube or any other social medias, when you see a good traders doing their trades, they're talking about the supply and demand zone. Either they're using the indicators, whatever strategy they have. Working only simply by the candlestick and just memorize it, that's not a good idea. You have to understand the logic behind the candlestick. That things make it a lot easier. Like, I've never seen anyone say talk about, hey, I bought open like a long position because of the piercing patterns. Like, I've never seen anyone. Like, I don't even know half of these names. Literally like 3 stars in the south. I have no idea what does it mean, to be honest. But I'm gonna basically get into it, and I'm gonna explain what does it mean when you see the candlestick and how you can basically use it. So initially I have to tell you, you should have a strategy that, for example, give you a supply and demand zone, and then either use other indicators or use the candlestick patterns in order to find whether your strategy is actually doing the work, like getting confirmation in order to open to your buy or sell position. Let me give you an exact example. This is AWACS on a weekly time frame, and I'm just gonna give you a reason for this. This is a engulfing pattern. Let me see if they have it, engulfing patterns. Yes, so this is bearish engulfing pattern, if you can see in here. Let's just understand. Imagine that you don't know what is engulfing is. So we have a 2 candles on, so in 2 weeks, we have a 2 green candles. We have a 1 big candles with the minimal wick. So there's no wick on the candles. That means the sellers are very strong. They did not even give the buyers any opportunity to buy. So that's what it means. There's a very big body for the candles, and that engulfed 2 buyers candles. That means it took around like 2 weeks ago to reach this level, and in 1 week it came down all this way. That means sellers are now in charge. So this is how you can use it. Don't know the name? Doesn't really matter. It does not really matter at all. All right, another example that I'm gonna explain. We have a candle in here, a green candles, which is by itself, it's a hammer. But if you know about the 3 candles patterns, it is, if I'm not mistaken, Morningstar. I can be possibly wrong, but imagine you don't know it. That's all right. Let's get into price action. Let's just talk about the candles, about the analogy, understand them rather than memorizing the names, and try to trade based on candlestick itself. Based off of these patterns, I mean, you gotta trade based on candlestick, but not only the pattern itself. You have to have a strategy, but you have to understand why candlestick form this way and what it's telling you. We have this one, which is hammer, the together Morningstar. We don't know what's gonna happen. So we know there's a big red candles in here, and it's slowly getting smaller. We have a couple of green candles here. Still, there's a big wicks. That means the sellers are still strong in here. We have red, and then in this area, we can see 2 big wick. What does it mean? That means buyers are slowly stepping in. That's why. That means the price went down and it went up because there was a buyer stepping in and buying these prices. You don't want to open at this level. Don't. That's all right. You gotta wait for confirmation. Next one. Then you can see these 2 together fully engulfing these 1 red candles. That means our buyers are stronger than before. That's what we can get. You don't have to memorize what name it has. You don't have to know what, like Morningstar, whatever name it has. You don't have to. That's the whole purpose of this video. You have to understand, if you combine this couple of candles, what does it give to you? That gives a little like a green candles, which is the body is like this. Let me turn it to green. And we have a big wick down, which it doesn't let me. Let me make this a little bit bigger this side. Yep. And we have a little small wick towards up. It's got to be a little bit bigger. So this is a wick down is a lot bigger than wick up after we had a long downtrend. And by the way, you have to memorize you have to understand this is a weekly time frame. So that's what it means. That means the buyers are slowly step in. So that simply means after 70 days, 10 bars, buyers are slowly stepping in into the market to open a buy position. That's what simply means. Same as in here, you don't know the candle patterns. You don't know, you just have to understand what's going on. So buyers are big, buyers are strong in here. There's so many green candles, but you can see there's a big wick down. That means sellers are slowly getting in, but still buyers are still stronger than sellers. That's why the wick is a lot bigger. And as you can see, the body is getting slowly smaller, and then we have a red candles. I mean, sellers are now a little bit on the charge. As you can see, we don't see any big red candles. So that means still sellers are not that very strong compared to this here. You see there's a couple of big red candles, which the wick is not that big. Now in this situation, we still have a couple of wicks. And then we have a couple of big green candles. And in this area, we have a couple of candles, which they are, the wicks are big as well. Big as the body. If you put the wick together, the wicks are almost as same as the body size. Now we have these two red candles, which is fully engulfing these two candles, which means now sellers are slowly stepping in order to open a sell position. Are you gonna open a sell position right there? Maybe not, maybe you have to wait for confirmation. So that's the whole purpose of this video. You have to understand when the buyers or sellers are getting strong or like getting weaker. Like at this level, we see there's the two green candles, but we have like a couple of red candles, which the body is really small, but we have a long wick up. That means the price went up and it went down. Sellers are in charge. Now the body is getting a little bit bigger and the wicks are getting smaller, and then we have a couple of green candles. If you want to basically open a trade based on the candlestick, let me see if I can find it, like a three white soldier. We have a three white soldier basically. The body is not that big, but we have a three consecutive green candles. You have to open a position in here. Ta-da! This is what happened. So you have to understand the logic behind of the candlestick and use it with your strategy, which it can be based on supply and demand, or you can using different like finding a support and resistance and trade with the indicator, whatever you have. You just have to have an understanding about the candlestick. You don't have to memorize the name. You don't have to print this cheat sheet next to yourself. That's what I'm saying. You can use that energy and time to learn about the price action, about how to use the indicator, how to learn the strategy, which I actually recently I published a strategy which it works perfectly the way that I even explain it, which I've never seen anyone work with the strategy like this. Basically, majority of the people using strategy based on trends, which it doesn't work like this on a cryptocurrency. Maybe it works on Forex because Forex are more, the indicators works better than crypto in general. In crypto, you have to work basic on the supply and demand and volume. So I hope you like this video, guys. Make sure to press the like and subscribe. If you need, and if you have any question, write in the comment section. I will answer it as soon as possible. Thank you.